What's up, douchebags? It's Ronnie G and Earl Boy here. Are you guys ready to get pretentious?
Yeah.
Terrible. Never let me do that again.
We should do it every time.
My name's Ben. That guy's TJ.
Wow.
Yeah. We're douchebags. We're pretentious and we like music.
There's nothing too pretentious about that. I like all kinds of music, actually.
That's true. Your favorite album was fucking Trout Mask Replica for the longest time, though. And if there's a staple of pretension,
It's not that one. Well, listen. I could listen to Trout Mask Replica, and then I can turn right around and listen to something by Eric Church. All right?
you can.
Oh yeah,
You
dude.
can.
And I love it all, man. I have no pretensions.
I don't believe you whatsoever.
I love all music.
Okay.
Yeah. She
You
said
like Crazy Town?
So you said I'm TJ?
Yeah, you're TJ.
Dude,
Or are you Terry?
I'm Terry nowadays.
Oh fuck.
It's so confusing.
I can't call you Terry.
I
It
know,
won't
I
work.
know it's hard. Everybody, I used to be TJ, and then I moved, and now I'm trying to like transition to a real person name.
Like a big boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to sound less. I don't like rhyming with DJ or sounding. It just sounds too weird, you know.
This week's theme.
Right. Well,
This week's theme was albums that really made Ben want to go outside
Ben.
in the dark and smoke a cigarette.
no.
What?
You're going too far ahead. What's our podcast called?
Oh, we discuss albums. And, we come up with a theme each week. It could be a genre. It could be an emotion. It could be a time span, like November 1422. Yeah, music, Ben.
It's a pretty good one.
That'd be fun. And then we each pick an album to match the theme. And this week, I kind of picked the theme. And more so, I really just wanted to force TJ to listen to an album and found a theme that fit.
Yeah.
Which is albums that really make Ben want to go outside in the dark and smoke a cigarette. Or Midwest emo. I really had a hard time this week, like just fucking not going next door buying a pack of cigarettes while listening to these albums.
For real?
Yeah, dude, I was like, oh man, listening to this album, I just want to be on a porch with a cigarette in my hand and like a beer in my other while I stare at the clouds and it's dark out.
Yeah, so we did Sunny Day Real Estate's Diary, and we did Modest Mouse's Lonesome Crowded West. And which one? Are you saying both of them made you want to do this, or?
Both of them made me want to do that.
That's great. I think Ben may have been too steeped in the emo subculture for a while. I don't know. What I know, because you have a history with Lonesome Crowded West. We don't have to like separate the albums necessarily at this point, I think. So,
no, that's fair.
yeah.
So Modest Mouse became like a big band for me when I was like 18. I just moved to San Francisco. It's about to get heavy, guys. My mom had just died.
Yeah.
And I fucking... Sad noises. And I fucking was listening to Modest Mouse all the time.
I'm so sorry, man.
It's okay. I don't care. I just fucking... It hit like the right emotional chord at the right emotional time. And like listening to it and like really going through the lyrics this week.
That's
I'm
how
like,
she died?
Yes,
She
that's how
hit
she
an
died.
emotional chord? Sorry. Okay.
No, it's all good. I was like, oh man, is TJ gonna think this is fucking cheesy? And I just like it because I found it when I was 18.
No, I mean it's too clean of an album, anyways. I've definitely seen it being regarded as a good album. Usually, though, the pick for Modest Mouse is The Moon in Antarctica.
That's way more produced.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. That's the one I've usually seen. I think that has the big single, which is all that I've heard of Modest Mouse, which is Dashboard and the Float On. Is it Float On?
Float On's off of Good News for People Who Like Bad News.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, sounds good. Either way, neither
I
of
do
those
really
things prepared me for this album.
I do like The Moon in Antarctica.
Okay.
Quite a bit, but fuck it drops all like the punk ethos that Modest Mouse had
Okay.
with like their first two and all the EPs that were fucking badass.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was really thrown off by the entire production of this album because all that I had heard was those singles. They really cleaned up their act later.
Oh yeah.
It's
just a tidbit.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Sunny Day Real Estate, and we're kind of getting off into a tangent here. But
Yeah.
one more thing I want to bring up about Lonesome Crowded West is in the liner notes on the album, they actually have their bartender as a band member.
I saw that.
And that always brought me a lot of joy.
And a good thing we got to touch on is alcoholism.
Yeah,
that seems to
Isaac
be a
Brock
big-
is
And also a good friend of this podcast, Benjamin Sholin, everybody.
Hey, you want to hear this?
Yep. Are you actually drinking right now?
Gin and Sprite.
Yeah. God. I keep on doing these like weird little. I'm trying to like for the next couple months be not drinking or doing anything, but it would probably be a good time to start drinking during these podcasts, like just enough to get a buzz
funny.
and then have it fade away before
Get
work,
funny juice.
or just feel like I'm being funnier.
You know, confidence is half of the funny juice.
Yeah. And then the other album was Sunny Day Real Estate that we did.
Diary.
Yeah, Diary. And that one, that was my counter pick to him wanting to force the Lonesome Crowded West on me. Because, Ben, you better be ready, because this is going to... Are you holding on to your boots? I chose that album because I had them confused with another band entirely. And... And then, furthermore, I had the band that I confused them with, like that I visualized and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in that band." I had them confused with another band, and I have historically always gotten those two bands confused. So when I picked Sunny Day Real Estate, it was because I looked up artists similar to Modest Mouse. Okay, so this is the band I got it confused with: Silver Sun Pickups.
Oh, they're a good band.
That's the band that I know of and that I wanted to listen to. Sunny Day Real Estate, I don't really know the fucking first thing. Secondarily, Silver Sun Pickups I have always confused with Cold War Kids, and Cold War Kids is the band.
They're not a great band.
They had one song that I liked, and that was the song that I was thinking of, that I thought was by Silver Sun Pickups. That I was like, oh, it's off that album by Sunny Day Real Estate.
And then I had to correct TJ and pick a better album by Sunny Day Real Estate for him.
Yeah, because I went to the album that I thought that song was on for some reason. I thought it was the one with the angel on it.
So you want to start with some Sunny Day, man? Now that we got that,
let's let you start because I got some food in my mouth. Everybody, I'm eating a wonderful breakfast of berries, and oranges.
I thought you finished your breakfast.
Ben, I most certainly did not.
Oh, okay. Well,
I started when I said that I haven't finished my breakfast.
God damn.
I just such a slow waker-upper, man. I don't know.
No, it's all good, dude. So I think what I'm about to say is like one of these things is obvious, and then the other two are just my inference.
Mm-hmm.
But if like fuck it, I was to create a trifecta of ingredients to create this album, it would be.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Just real quick. Very nice burp. Go ahead.
Thank you. It would be fucking obviously DC hardcore. You fucking hear a lot of that Fugazi influence, a lot of the Minor Threat influence in there.
Interesting. Okay.
And then, even though this band came after, I definitely got a lot of hints of their guitar parts. It's Built to Spill. I feel a lot of Built to Spill guitar riffs are in there, and I can definitely see Built to Spill picked up a lot from this shit. And then the third thing, which I think is, I don't know how controversial it'll be. I feel like at points they kind of sound like My Bloody Valentine if My Bloody Valentine wasn't a shoegaze band.
Oh, hey, no, I agree. I agree 100%.
Like,
I picked up on that as well.
They got like the fucking moany lyrics that you can't make out at all, and it's just like it seems like they're just there for texture to be over the fucking ripping guitar that they have going on.
Yeah, because when he's not doing whatever that like whatever that cartoon yell is, that's not quite a yell. That Whitney most seem to do.
It's always like
There was a lot of weird, dreamy, just high pitched and like pretty stuff. It actually got pretty sometimes.
No, I agree, and the fourth element that I should have mentioned at the beginning is I kind of got a Pixies vibe in that it's simply the structure of like fucking soft verse, hard chorus, soft verse.
Yes, yeah, no, there was definitely. It's interesting that you said that because for me, that was actually one of my criticisms of it. Was that I was like,
but now I just pointed out your favorite band does that all the time.
No, because now I'm gonna defend. No, for me, this one was much more was just because they had like they had a really strict, like verse bridge, like transition points format. It didn't like devolve into messiness or have like repetition built into it and like a sort of like in your facey way. But overall, I'd say like they were trying to stick to a structure and actually trying to relatively market themselves as song makers. So it's like kind of
that's fair.
I don't know if it should be compared to that necessarily, but yeah, I picked up on the same thing that they were very much of a structure and there was quiet and loud integrated into that.
But yeah, the what is it? Furton's Gekruto, the piano track on there.
Fuerten Squirto, dude.
Yeah, that one. That one. And then Grendel. Grendel I really like.
Yeah, those were the two ones that really departed format-wise, yeah.
Grendel was had like Polvo vibes. I don't know if you've ever listened to Polvo.
I haven't listened to Polvo.
More production-wise than music-wise.
Okay.
Polvo's like musically, it's like it would sound the same, but it's like we're in 7/8 time and doing fucking weird shoegazy guitar riffs.
Oh, okay. They're a math rock band, right?
They're math rock, yeah.
Okay.
But what are your overall thoughts before we kind of go into track by track thing here?
Yeah, because my overall impressions of the album, I was on a different track entirely. You're comparing it more to. You also have more of a background of the hardcore DC. I haven't fucking listened to like any of that. I'm pretty sure. You said like what are some examples of that? Like three off the.
Fugazi,
nope. Minor Threat, nope.
No.
Yeah.
Basically any hardcore band that came out of DC.
Well, I know I've listened to some, like, briefly, but I don't know what I have listened to. I was hoping to catch that, but anyways. I was picking up on grunge vibes the whole time.
This is kind is it pre-grunge?
I think it's...
No, it's 94.
I think it's kind of grunge, because apparently they came up in the same area where grunge was happening.
They are in Seattle, yeah.
But they were, like, differentiated themselves from the crowd. In their own minds, at least. So at least in, what was the main guy's name? Enoch? Something Enoch?
I don't know their names.
Okay. The lead singer dude, he was saying that. Because I picked up on, specifically, I was hearing some Foo Fighters and some Pearl Jam, like specifically that vibe of grunge, where it's kind of got like a little bit of like the classic rock element to it. I was getting that a lot. I did pick up on the My Bloody Valentine sort of like, prettiness.
Yeah. Just like My Bloody Valentine if you sucked all the guitar pedals out of it.
Yeah, if you took all of
except for the distortion pedals.
Yeah. And then other than that, I was getting a whole lot of fucking emos, dude.
Dude, you know what my fucking favorite part of this album is now that actually...
By the way...
What?
No, let me get that out real quick. Because I do have a bias against the emos. I had a period with the emos myself, but I really backpedaled and renounced it. Unlike Ben. Ben embraces that part of him that used to be there in the past. I regret mine. Mine was also less cool than Ben's. Ben was into Modest Mouse and stuff in like this vein-ish, but I was just Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance.
Dude, don't call that shit emo.
It was pretty emo stuff, dude.
Don't call that shit. That's pop punk at best.
Alright, well anyways, that's my thing though. So it reminds me of that stuff, and the voices are so ridiculous sometimes.
But do you know what? I meant to bring this up during my fucking introduction thing. Was you know what the standout to me on this album is? The fucking drum production. The drum production on this album is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds awesome. It's like every song, it's like the drums are just the thing that fucking keep you in it.
Interesting point. Yeah, I did notice that. They like made it cross. It's like everything is like subsidiary to the drums. Like the drums create like the outer limit in both like headphones. Of like,
well, absolutely, because the guitars are so distorted that it's like you can't really kind of focus in on them. The drums are crisp and clear, so it's kind of like they're the thing that's pulling you through the fucking song.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
which is dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I cut you off though to say the dumb shit about emos, right? Or was that the point that you wanted to say?
That was the point I wanted to say.
Next, I guess we're gonna go into a track by track. Is that how we should do this?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, man.
Well, what did you think?
I'm semi-prepared for that.
What did you think overall was like? What do you think his vibe is, dude? You know?
His vibe?
Yeah. What's this dude up to? What's he trying to get to?
He's sad about women. Is kind of the vibe I got reading the lyrics.
I do agree. I think that a woman is. Actually, both albums I think shared a key where a woman is the core object.
Oh, I disagree so hard with Modest Mouse, but we'll get to that later.
Agree, but I think in both cases it's like it's only brought up I think twice in each album. Like the actual figure herself. This one,
are you counting "Song About an Angel"?
Song About an Angel? Yes, I was thinking Song About an Angel, and I think 48 are the ones where he brings up a girl.
Oh, I didn't notice anything I didn't count about anything on the lyrics. I was just fucking took notes about the song on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. With both albums, though, I think the lyrics were shockingly good.
Yeah.
But also, you brought up Modest Mouse because you were like, "Hey, you're a big lyrics guy." And for that, I think you accidentally set way too high of a standard, dude. I was like,
I didn't mean to. That's exactly how I felt when I was re-listening to it. I was like, yeah, I really thought these lyrics are great at 18, and they still resonate with me.
Okay. I thought they were good, and they were like places where you had to think about it and piece it together. But for some reason, I was like going into it now with like a Leonard Cohen level of like.
No, Isaac Brock is not Leonard Cohen.
Yeah. That's so.
The only person I could be like, he's as good as Leonard Cohen is Tom Waits.
Okay.
Or Nick Cave, or possibly Bob Dylan or Neil Young. Like, those are the only guys who are like, you're on that fucking level.
Neil Young, wow. Both of them, I think the lyrics on both of these albums very much intersect across the songs. Like, I think they're both totally album-driven lyrics.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was really surprised by that, because that isn't too common, that it's like actually necessary, but I think that it is in these albums. Like, you can listen to a song and enjoy it, but as far as just getting the lyrics, it's all seems pretty damn interconnected.
I feel like the CD era kind of had a lot of that, like the 90s.
That's so cool.
Just because like there was no flipping the record, it was a through to through thing for the most part.
Oh,
you couldn't download individual tracks, and fucking album length was no longer an issue. A double album, which was 2 LPs, now fit on 1 CD. So it's like you could have anything from 30 minutes to fucking 80 minutes on there, and you could just create your whole image.
Okay, was this because like CDs just came out? What was the?
Well, CDs had become, I believe, I don't know when CDs became the dominant format, but it was definitely early 90s, late 80s.
Okay.
And that, I feel like that changed how albums were made.
Okay. Wait, 7 was dope.
Song.
Yeah. A damn good headbanger. So it starts off with a...
I don't think they need a play-by-play.
Okay,
I think they can just go listen to the album.
I was hoping that we were going to do it, because it goes... I was kind of hoping to do this the whole time.
This definitely has a lot of the My Bloody Valentine lyric fucking shit going on.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that, because like when it first it starts off with like the heavy riff kind of burst, and then it slows down to
God, dude, I didn't know what the lyrics to this album were until about an hour or so ago before we started recording. But I did a side-by-side reading. I was mainly listening to this album at work, and I would just like throw it on at work and have it in the background. And then the past couple days I've been like sitting down and listening to it.
Okay.
And then today I just decided, let's listen to it and read the lyrics as we go.
Yeah. How was the difference?
I enjoyed it about as much.
Right on.
I definitely feel like this album's strength is more musically than lyrically.
Yeah. Okay. I actually think I am on the opposite side.
Oh, really?
I like the lyrics a little bit more than I like the music, but that's in large part because of his voice. The emo tinge, it really gets to me for some reason.
Interesting.
That doesn't mean I can't look past it though and appreciate him. He's a good vocalist as far as like the emo voice goes. He doesn't rely on it alone. He actually has a range. So
How do you feel about this album cover, by the way? Just a quick aside. This album cover is always like fucking...
Yeah, it's an eye grabber.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fairly plain, but it's just... It's nice. I like it.
It's not... Yeah, it's creepy.
I like the perversion of my childhood I see there.
Yeah. It's it looks like it has some legitimate darkness to it, rather than some of the, stuff that, like let's say an album cover from Hawthorne Heights or something. Sew It On, Face the Fool, December's Tragic Drive. Let's just stop there. So, what's your take, Ben?
I feel like Sew It On is like he's wearing a mask, face the fool.
Yes.
You look at the mirror, you're seeing yourself, but you're seeing like the fucking fake reality of yourself. December's Tragic Drive, don't really know.
Yeah, fair. Everybody, I spent a little more time on the lyrics than Ben did. Quite a bit more time, actually. So I think Sew It On, he's referring to, yes, a mask, and I think it's specifically the relationship that he has with the girl. The act of sewing is like a recurring theme throughout the album. Face the Fool, I think that's him looking at himself in the mirror. And then, that's inside of the song. And December's Tragic Drive, I can't really get that. I think it's just about time itself.
I imagine they had a bad discussion during December on some drive.
Oh, maybe.
And he's emotionally hurt about it, but he doesn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, I think...
He's not going to give me more details than that.
It could be that, or something like renewal, just because it's the end of the year, and so it's about another cycle starting again. Because time does come up a good amount. The next line is when time is poetry.
Is December's Tragic Drive just a metaphor for death, then? Because it's the end of the year?
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't detect any other dealings with death on this album.
Well, for me, I would say that it's less about an end than about starting a process again.
Okay, that's fair.
Because, yeah, I'd say it's more renewal just because December is part of the cycle, the end of a year and then another year. And it's tragic because it keeps on being a cycle, and I don't think he likes being alive. That's my... Oh, by the way, general take on this album. I think he's pretty suicidal.
You don't say.
Yeah, I think he's not having a great time.
I don't think suicidal is necessarily the word, but he's sad. He's definitely sad.
I would say suicidal. I would stick by kind of suicidal, but not. He doesn't outright go, "I'm gonna kill myself." But he's definitely bitching about his innermost core of being.
So, what do you think? You'll taste it in time means then.
This is actually like a weird thing that kind of runs throughout the album that I think is a theme. I don't know exactly how to read it, but for me, I think the best reading of it actually does make sense to me. It's just weirdly abstract, is that it's literally like just his identity. Like, I think that he doesn't have...
What's David Lynch-esque?
Sure. Like, I think that he doesn't have a sense of himself strong enough to be able to like go about living in the world and feel like he has anything to say or any purpose.
So,
It On, Face the Fool, the mirrors lie, those aren't my eyes, destroy them, raise my hand, reflected in savage shards, a new face, a soul reborn.
We're just going through every lyric, man.
I'm into that, dude. I want to break it down.
Yeah, but it'll make it like we won't be able to finish this today.
Are you kidding me? This is a tiny song. We're already almost through it. That's the last. That's the last bit.
So, face the fool, the ears a lie, those aren't my eyes.
Yeah.
Destroy them, raise my hand.
I get the feeling that you're not into it, but I think this is a good way to break down the music personally.
I feel like he punched the mirror here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fairly straightforward.
Yeah. But, yeah, I feel
And he found it cathartic, so his soul was reborn.
I think he's talking about, identifying with self-destruction. And hating himself. Like, that's the thing that I think he's sewing on as... Or wait, no, because sewing on is the fake identity, I would say, with the girl. Okay,
Yes.
So good. So anyways, so it's next song. Anyway, those themes are happening. That's probably good enough. I don't need to...
No, it's good. In circles.
In Circles, dude. This was
a fun song.
Also popular. I've never heard it, but
yeah, no, it's. I always thought 7 was the biggest song on the album, but everywhere I've looked, like fucking In Circles seems to be the one that comes up first.
Yeah, I can see why, because just that chorus alone is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's got really like fucking built-to-ability guitar tones going on throughout the whole thing, which I will say that all through this album is like I hear fucking Doug Martsch totally listened to this and was like, I want a band that sounds like that, but fucking way more out there.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna say I thought Built to Spill was much more similar to Modest Mouse.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
that was a big running thought throughout.
But very specifically, the guitar tone on this album is just like, oh, Doug Martsch totally ripped that for fucking what's the name of the album? God,
Gay Boys.
There we go.
Oh yeah, Perfect from now on. Yeah, no, they even cover kind of similar themes. They both seem to have a similar existential dread going on.
Yeah.
Which, is really fun. But yeah, the music is good for In Circles. It kind of moves around in circles.
It really does, doesn't it?
I think it fits the cycle theme again with December, the end of a cycle and then restarting. So he's like, meet me there in the blue where words are not, where obviously, Ben, he's trying to say the blue is like, like the sky or like...
I think he's saying you want to pretend everything is fine with the person you're involved with, but you know that there are problems in the relationship that will never be resolved. Sometimes you just want to be in the presence of that person again, but reality sets in and deep down something will always be out of place.
They're so bad. That was a genius assessment, everybody.
Genius assessments are the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too far off from that, but I feel like that just ignores some of the implications of the keywords, I mean, what a weird way. Like, that sounds just too personal to that person.
Oh, no, absolutely. That's the thing with all these emo albums. Is like some kid fucking was like, I am reading this into my relationship.
Yeah. So, yeah, meet me there in the blue where words are not. So, again, he's bringing up that he doesn't know how to fucking communicate. Or
obviously,
or
based on
himself.
these fucking lyrics.
But the feeling remains sincerity, trusting me, throw myself in your door. So, again, I think that's just him trying to drown himself in his adoration of this girl. I think that's the main thing that his personality is now, is not expressing himself so much as just sublimating all of his identity into the girl that is now his object of...
Sorry, I'm just listening to the song and air drumming.
Nice, dude.
The fucking drums on this album are so good, man.
And that's the entire song. That's like the whole entire thing. And then he
no,
says,
what are you talking about? Well, I'll go in circles running down. I'm in circles running down.
That's
running
true. So so the first parentheses, when he says, "Well, I go." No,
I mean that's the different part here.
But
yeah, let's move on to the next one.
No, real quick. But then the other lyrics that we left out of this one was, "To heal your wounds, but I bleed myself. Well, I bleed myself. Ben, I think he's suicidal."
I mean, no.
Okay.
That's the. I completely disagree with that, actually. He bleeds himself because, like, he's hurting trying to fix the issues going on. She doesn't seem to understand that because they're all focused on her issue. Song About an Angel. Song About an Angel might be my favorite track on the album.
Oh, really?
My favorite lyric in the Song About an Angel, TJ.
Yeah.
Is when, in the pre-chorus, he just shouts words.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wish I had those kind of balls. Words!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's big on the words in talking. Yep.
It's very fucking, like, mellow to start with.
Yeah.
It's kind of got... I've been, like, trying to put my finger on, like, what band this reminds me of, but it's very similar to something.
Yeah, probably. For me, it's Hawthorne Heights that I think of, but good.
Oh, okay. Hawthorne Heights, but good.
No.
Dude, that's a lot of what this album was in my notes. I was like, this just sounds like blah blah blah, but good. Actually, at some point in my notes, it's like, this sounds like the song from White Chicks, but good.
I don't know what song that is, but that's a great line to have. I'm proud of you. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, I think this one's just about him wanting to be fucking absorbed in a woman. Oh, yeah, this is the song I specifically thought of when he goes, whoa.
No, he does. It's in the fucking lyrics that I'm looking at right now.
Whoa times 5. I'd say times 10. Because it's pretty. That's the part where he sounded the most like My Bloody Valentine to me.
But what's your favorite lyric from this song, TJ?
From this song?
Jesus. Yeah, what's your favorite lyric?
Jesus, Ben, I didn't pay attention to which ones. I forgot this is the one where, the guy does like the Taking Back Sunday kind of screamo yell in the background. I guess that's the guitarist. Wait.
Is this the one where he sounds like David Bowie in the background?
Ooh, I don't know. I never had that thought cross my mind.
No, fucking listen to it. You haven't played it right now, right?
To that. You're right.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, he so totally sounds like David Bowie, right?
Right, yeah. I don't remember what I thought that sounded like when I first heard it, but David Bowie wasn't it. But you're spot on. You're married to Marilyn Manson is who I thought of.
Oh no! Well, Marilyn Manson, I'm sure took a lot from David Bowie in his stage persona,
and probably from Sunny Day Real Estate. I don't know, but
I don't think so. Yeah. I think he was stealing more from the industrial scene.
Yeah, you're probably right. But what a way to deliver that line. There's nothing else that ever sounds like that lyrically.
No, I agree, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah,
I really like David Bowie, so
nice.
I'm biased.
That's good.
Anything that sounds remotely like him, I'll be like, oh, that's really good, isn't it?
I didn't have a favorite lyric. How about that? So running behind, which will I face? Okay, sorry. So this one, it goes into the "You're married to your pain." Although you hit me hard, I come back. I think that's important because it's the circle again. The restarting of the.
No, you're right. I didn't realize this at all.
So you're married to your pain. The earth cries. I don't know what that is. When I call,
you're married to your pain. I mean, if this whole thing is about a relationship, you're married to your pain is like you're kind of married to the unhealthy nature of the relationship. I've been there. I've been in relationships like that where it's like, fucking, it's not fun, but you fucking think it can work.
Yeah.
And suddenly that pain is like the only fucking constant in the thing.
Yeah, that's like the classic overdramatic, people that break up all the time sort of thing, up and down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's like the high school relationship.
Yeah, I never had that because I'm an emotionally healthy person, but...
I don't believe you, TJ.
I know. I'm not an emotionally healthy person, everybody. But...
Hey, audience, by the way, I'm suicidal.
By the way, no. I have had my times with that particular issue, though. Which is actually kind of, I actually do put some of that into my reading of this, which might be biasing me towards seeing past the just talking about the relationship. Because for me, when I'm reading into his relationship to the girl that he's married to, you're married to that, although you hit me hard, I come back, is that specifically he's married to her hitting him hard and rejecting him. And that he's like, that even in his relationship, what he's still identified with is rejecting himself and trying to bury himself into her. Like, I think that it's all about self-rejection in the end in this album. That is my hot take.
In self-rejection, really?
Yeah. That's just my reading. I think there might be more support.
To be fair, I only got in-depth on the lyrics to this album about an hour ago.
Yeah. So then he goes, thin comfort.
But I definitely feel like it's more the aspect of putting the woman on the pedestal.
That's fine, man. We'll duke it out.
Okay.
We'll duke it.
And
go ahead.
He cares about her. She doesn't really care about him.
Yeah.
So he's getting fucking filtered with this like occasional drop of pussy is being given to him, and the rest is just awful, and he's just living through for that little modicum of puss.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like emotional puss.
It's not
just. It's not fuck puss. It's emotion puss.
I can see you. I can see where you're coming from with the emotion puss, but I think that it all comes down to self-hatred in the end.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, exactly. If you're seeking this kind of validation, then you probably do hate yourself on some level.
Yeah, damn right, Ben. I'm right. No.
We're both right.
We're both right. So, verse 2, Thin Comfort, which is such a bad lyric. Thin Comfort.
I actually kind of like.
You like Thin Comfort?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I didn't like it, but I can get it.
It's not great, but it's like I get what he's trying to convey.
I think
that line.
I think it's because I hear his inflection and it.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, a good amount of his inflection on this album, that was my response, was... Yeah, he's definitely influenced a generation. But then he says, I halo my soul, and I think that's, again, bringing up the circle theme and tying it to the angel. Because he said that, because he calls her the fallen angel or whatever. For a while and all the time, I tried to let you know discomfort comes clearly, and I think that that's him saying, like, he wishes that he could have expressed that he was as, in my opinion, suicidal or just as troubled as he is. You could easily say in lieu.
Discomfort comes clearly when I shout?
When I'll shout, yeah. Yeah.
You think that's suicidal, man?
Well, he's saying, and all the time I tried to let you know, discomfort comes clearly when I'll shout. So he's saying, like, he breaks. Like, I feel like he's saying, like, like, he may seem like... I think he's trying to say, like, there's a mask that I'm putting on there, but that it breaks. Yeah. And he punches the mirror or whatever.
Seriously? Wow, is your reading of this album, it's all one fucking scene
seriously.
of him looking at a mirror?
I actually think that's what he was doing with this album.
And it's like different levels of his psyche. I mean, it's called Diary. To be fair, it's called fucking Diary. Of course it's going to be self-fucking reflectionary.
Hell, back me up here, dude.
But dude, I can fucking justify anything if I'm drunk enough.
But, yeah, so then next song is probably good. Were there any musical moments in this song that switch up that we gotta...
Fucking... Here, let me pull it back on real quick.
Yeah. Because unfortunately they never did anything...
I really like the soft parts of this song.
Me too. But I was disappointed musically in them compared to Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse really does do a lot more.
Oh yeah, they do, dude.
With textures and they go on many more adventures.
Yeah, they do, dude.
But they're not as hard rocking.
I know.
Okay, I'm going on to Round right now.
Round.
I'm gonna do the ear preview, the ear skip through.
Yeah, I kind of like this. This is a good strategy.
Okay.
It probably means more editing for you in the long run.
That's fine. Oh yeah, such a good riff. This is like the first song. Yeah. This is the first song that sounds at all hopeful.
Yeah, totally. It's like, oh, what? There's major keys too?
Yeah. This is like the first 3 songs were like the kid, like, this is when he actually sees the girl and he decides that he's gonna like try to change his style or something, or maybe skateboard in front of her. And like, he has to have like some sort of inspirational music going to pump him up a little bit.
With still just the same depressing vocal style over it.
Yeah. And I mean, it fades away pretty quick too and just goes dark. Like, once the first verse hits, suddenly...
What did I say in my note? I love that verse. That verse sounds so much like Slint. That do 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 do.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
But it really has, like, when it's going hard, it feels kind of like the DC hardcore shit, which I know is not a touchstone for you, but it's definitely a huge influence on Sunny Day.
Okay. Because for every time that I hear the guy in the background going, I go to Taking Back Sunday immediately, or something like that, you know.
I've never listened to Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But then, dude, the breakdown when he does the humming.
When
super
is that?
Great. I'm at 138. That's one of the moments. When they slow it down in between, like, it's just kind of a little musical interlude, and it's just him humming.
I've never noticed the humming until you brought that up.
I love it. It reminds me of...
I was way too focused on the guitar riff.
Gotcha.
Just
I like that hum. It reminds me of My Bloody Valentine again.
No, absolutely. Totally. This is one of the songs that makes me more think My Bloody Valentine. But the song that made me most think of it, what was it? Was Blankets. The Blankets.
The Blankets were the stairs.
That's the song that totally made me think My Bloody Valentine.
Okay. Well, yeah. So this is actually much more of a highlight to the album than I thought. This song here.
It's really good.
The dude hearing.
I mean, lyrically,
vocals, I feel so weird having just been a person that listened to this. The softest that we go around.
I feel like lyrically, this might be the weakest song on the album, though.
Maybe, yeah. This was one of the ones where I felt there was I felt like there were definitely like symbols across the album that were trying to interlink the songs, though.
Yeah.
Falling Through You, by myself, Made a Sign. That's important because there's another song where he talks about sign being important. He made a sign, which is not a word or communication. It's like an abstraction of a word. What leads to the heart? I don't remember that one. While my clothes were damp, specifically, that means he's standing in the rain, I believe. There's later lyrics that bring up rain that are going to tie.
You don't think he just got out of the shower and punched the mirror?
I don't think so. I don't think he put his clothes on right after the shower, Ben.
No, he showered with the clothes on, dum-dum.
Oh, that could make sense.
He had a nervous breakdown. Maybe
that's
he took a shower with his clothes on, and then he punched the fucking mirror, man.
Who can't relate to that? Who can't piece that together? Him and his fucking his Fugazi t-shirt.
Totally, he was wearing a Fugazi t-shirt. Are you kidding me?
Were there any like more emo-oriented hardcore bands, or were they all pretty
like Rites of Spring and shit?
Okay.
So first wave emo was just essentially like DC hardcore with like fucking emotional lyrics.
Okay.
And the biggest band you're going to see from that is Rites of Spring. There's others, but I can't think of their names right now.
Oh,
but
okay.
It just sounds like hardcore punk just with lyrics like these.
Okay. Fair enough.
So fucking depending who you ask, I believe for the most part fucking Sunny Day Real Estate's gonna fall under Midwest emo, which is kind of a combination of the DC hardcore emo sound with indie rock.
Okay. Which, by the way, I just learned like this last week that the Midwest is not where we live. I thought that we were in the Midwest.
No, and it's strange that all the big Midwest emo bands are also not from the Midwest.
Yeah, you're right, Seattle. That's so fucking weird.
And don't forget Built to Spill, baby.
Yeah, I know. That's so wacky. I always thought the Midwest was where we live, but we're the Pacific, and then Midwest is more like Michigan, I guess.
Well, it's like I think Colorado is also technically the Midwest.
Okay.
It's just like once you're 3 states into the country, on any side, you're the Midwest.
Okay. Well, yeah, I never knew any of that stuff. Good song.
Good song. Lyrics kind of weak, but good song.
Yeah, lyrics not much going on. So
47. I remember really liking 47.
47. I can't place it right now. Let's do a quick ear through.
This sounds like some shit I would play on guitar if I was just like fucking drunk hanging out on the couch.
This one is where I feel a lot of Foo Fighters.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah, and by the way...
And My Bloody Valentine lyrics.
I should have mentioned earlier that they do have a tie to Foo Fighters very significantly, which is that the drummer and the bassist went on to play for Foo Fighters.
Really?
Yeah. So that's probably why.
This is very funny because I really like Foo Fighters drums and basically nothing else about Foo Fighters.
Well, hey, dude, there's a spin on that also. So the thing is, the drummer and the bassist went on to Foo Fighters. You probably do like the drums that he roughly created, but on their first album of Foo Fighters, apparently this is like kind of like a famous rock star drama thing that I never knew about. But so the drummer for Sunny Day Real Estate got onto Foo Fighters' first album, and same with the bassist. And Dave Grohl had him do like so many takes of his drums that it was like he was like having him do like 58 takes or like 100 sometimes. Like he was he was making him do way too much, and he felt like he wasn't perfectly on it. And then he went and secretly re-recorded all of the drum parts for their first album.
That's fucking awesome. Wait, Dave Grohl recorded all the drum parts?
Dave Grohl recorded all of the drum parts. He replaced...
Oh my god.
So that guy ended up quitting the band, even though Dave Grohl still wanted him for the tours.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't get how Dave Grohl just decided, I'm not a drummer anymore, I'm a fucking front man.
Yeah. And, yeah. What a douche move, too. Just let the drums be a little off. The thing is, Dave Grohl
seemed like a really nice guy, despite not really liking his music.
Yeah, he has a friendly face. That's all I can say. I don't know.
You ever see the video where he broke his leg on stage and just kept the concert kind of going?
Wow, no. No, I didn't.
I will say this song is fairly samey the whole way through, which I feel like the rest of the album doesn't really have that.
Yeah. This one...
Other than the piano song. Which the piano song is a departure in itself, though. Yeah. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. 47, yeah, I'm going to take a... I'm sorry that you felt like it was a highlight initially. But I'm going to say one of the weaker. Thumbs down.
No, I actually agree with you. Upon listening to half the track.
All right. So looking at the lyrics, swallow whole, he talks about wine later, poured out in wine, I think that's what he means. Lose myself in you, like he's drunk on her, he's addicted to just her. Here's my take a chance with me.
I actually think that's him saying, I'm not gonna pull out, please let me get you pregnant, we will make great parents.
Take a chance!
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I want you to swallow this whole. Let me lose myself.
Take all my cum in your pussy, please.
I
want you to get pregnant.
Myself is my seed, by the way.
Well, it's his penis, man. Come on.
Yeah, and his penis is the wine bottle poured out in wine. Chance to run away. She could have.
She consented, though.
She did consent. And that's him trying to calm her down. Take a breath.
I know it's huge. I know.
Ben, you've found an alternative way to approach this album, and I think you might.
How am I the one who just makes us unmonetizable all the time? I always think it's gonna be you, and then I come up with that.
I think it's fine. We probably got another couple years before we have to worry about that kind of shit.
But I actually really like this lyric, just like fucking sonically. Hair of gold swims through, caught in my mind.
Yeah.
I really like that. I don't know what it means necessarily, but I really like the sound of it.
I like it as well, and then at first when I read that line, that was actually one of the highlights of the album that I hated at first.
Really?
So I'm glad that you picked that out, but then I came around to it, because he's saying gold, it's just a weird sentence. Hair of gold swims through, caught, in my mind. As a sentence, I don't think that makes sense. How could it swim through and be caught in my mind? But I guess it's like, you could just say that through is supposed to mean circling around, but then I think that's an inappropriate use of through. But
it works better structurally.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, are you saying that in defense or?
In defense, yeah.
In defense of that line, swims through. I mean, it gets rid of a syllable. I mean, you could say hair of gold swims around. Or just hair of gold swims caught in my mind.
Do you know how long he fucking...
Yeah, hey, that was perfect right there! You hear what I said? Hair of gold swims caught in my mind. Bada boom!
God, you're right.
But I do think he was intending to say through, because it's like trying to leave him, but it keeps on getting caught.
That's fair.
I think that's what I landed on. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Did I cut you off?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You're the lyrics boy on this album,
Yeah,
baby.
I'm the lyrics boy on this album. Hair of gold, I think that's obviously referring to her hair, and hair comes up a little bit later, pretty soon on the departure track of the album, Fuerte and Squirto, which is just such a fucking spin. But anyways, prize jewels on a crown, yes. when I
Painted
read this,
pictured prize jewels on a crown. I imagine that means he's kind of fucking has her on a pedestal, which is kind of the vibe I've gotten through the whole fucking album.
I'm with you, and that it's a hairpiece. I think is a note for Ferret and Squirto as well.
Yeah,
I'm probably saying that wrong, by the way.
I have no idea how to say it either. Don't worry.
Poison wine, he falls on the floor.
Poison wine, he falls on the floor.
Caught a glimpse of truth. So whatever. He didn't.
I imagine poison wine fall to the floor. It's kind of the fucking poisoned wine is lies, fucking getting injected into the situation.
Yeah. I think he caught a glimpse of truth, and that was himself. That he. Yeah.
That he caught himself, or I think you imagine caught a glimpse of truth of the situation. I think she's fucking around on him.
Oh, interesting. I could see that. That wouldn't be contrary to anything I'm thinking here necessarily. It's just I kept on thinking about it in reflection of himself, so I was kind of it could be that as well.
Swallows whole, lose myself in you, take a breath, same sign. What is same sign?
Oh, wait, where are we?
Verse 3.
Verse 3. Same sign. So I think that's him when he's... So he says, take a breath. That's the same sign as something else. And then earlier on he said, I think that he's saying, like, taking a breath is the same way as, like, starting again or negating himself in her was, again, my reading. But I think that that it was a way of saying that that it's specifically it's a sign in that it is not a word. He doesn't have the word for how to communicate himself.
I understand. Okay. Yeah. So he's fucking... Okay, that makes sense. It's just kind of like fucking... I'm
super
taking
abstract
a sign right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I read it, which is a super abstracted, weird way to write it, but that's the only reading I can make sense of it personally.
The blankets were the stairs.
All right. Blankets were
I feel like this is one of my favorite ones on the album, if I remember right.
I don't remember any of the songs by name, so I'm going to do the ear through here. Ooh, slow intro.
No, it has a sick Polvo-ass intro.
Yeah. Ugh, sounds so dreadful. Yeah, that's a great intro, dude. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. When I
think this might actually be the favorite song of the album for me.
I'm realizing, these riffs are really good, dude. And the fuzz is like drowning you, but not in a too overwhelming. And then it gets pretty. This is a great song. Fuck.
And then it's like straight My Bloody Valentine fucking vocals over like fucking just dream pop.
Yeah, and in this song specifically, it's like I think his vocal cords are harmed because it's like it sounds like he's just getting past the scratch of coughing.
Yeah, totally.
He doesn't quite sing like this on any of the other songs, but I think this would be like my preferred style of him singing.
Yeah, totally.
So the chorus, I'm skipping ahead to the
That's cool.
Riff is still dope. And they wind quite a bit of noisiness into that, maybe.
And the chorus definitely gets a bit of that grunge tinge to the fucking guitar tone.
Yeah. Sorry, just still skipping through here.
No, it's good, dude.
Oh, and then it bridges off into a different direction for verse 3, where it's like kind of like suspended between two chords,
Yeah.
And then it goes all fucking pretty again. Yeah, this song is all over the map, man.
No, I definitely think this is probably, other than like the fucking Clear Departures, their most experimental song on the album.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that. Oh yeah, this is lyrically this is one of the songs that I remember paying attention to a lot. All right, I eared through it. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up indeed. I probably think this is in contention for my number one track on it.
Nice. I would actually say the same because unfortunately I would say Fuerte and Squirto is my number one, and I think that's too much of a departure to like represent them and be fair to them.
But well, TJ, my number one is probably Grendel, so I think we're in the same club there.
So to better represent them, we'll nominate The Blankets Were the Stairs. All right, so this one lost my. Oh yeah, here's important. He talks about from my interpretation, lost myself when pain from your heart left its trace in written words held like a seam. So there we got.
So she sent she sent him a fucking letter.
Yeah, dude. I think so. I think she gave him a breakup letter, And
that hurts.
Personally, I think inside of it, she told him that he was married to his pain.
Ooh, so you're going all the way back to the Angel song.
Dude, all the way back to the Angel song, all the way back to the first song now, dude. You ready? Held like a seam, sew it on. He was sewing her onto...
You're really fucking on this shit.
I think he was sewing her onto himself, and now, with going back to the bleeding part, and now he says, I have no hand to heal, that he bleeds himself. I think he's trying to say like that now he's harmed from her, and that there is no recourse, and that he's just like super depressed now, and there's, fuck her. What
is I can't imagine your emotions wrapped around?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I can't imagine your emotions. The wrapped around is
he really saying he's fucking through with it, and he's fucking I can't imagine your emotions consuming me anymore, or?
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I can't imagine your emotions like just as a statement. I imagine he's just saying like, fucking bitch, what? Why did you do this? Slightly more eloquent, but then the wrapped around makes me think that it brings me back to the tangled hair imagery, but I don't think that fits perfectly.
The wrapped around, I imagine, has more to deal with the blanket imagery in the title.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah, your emotions wrapped around. Oh, so yeah, her emotions kept him warm. I can't imagine your emotions wrapped. So like whatever he was imagining of her emotions was a thin comfort.
That's fucking very good. So, we haven't done this yet. What do you say? This is like the only song I think we've really analyzed the title of.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Well, okay.
So what do you think he means were the stairs?
Yeah, were the stairs.
The comforts were the way out of the relationship? Or...
Dude, that's good. I have no fucking idea. I haven't pieced together the stairs to anything in my mind. Stairs are much more important to Modest Mouse's album, actually.
What track?
When his heart is the and his brain is the stairs. His brain is the
Heart Cooked Brain.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't think there's anything else that mentions stairs. I mean, it's a way up, so maybe he just means out of his.
Well, because fucking in the circle, he's circling down.
Oh, and then stairs go straight up.
Yeah, well, not straight. They're at an angle. It's not a fucking ladder,
That's
DJ.
That's true. They're at an incline. I mean, that might just be enough on its own to be the support that he was trying to give, if he was. Just saying.
And drink like Astrocles sideways.
Yeah. So there's a story behind that. I had to look it up. Astiocles is a fictional Greek character they came up with because they were going...
That's fucking awesome!
Because they were going to have like a fake concept album at one point that they were joking around with, and during this take he decided to improvise some lines and they got that one, and so they decided to keep it in and just let that information out so that fans could know what was going on there.
That's rad as hell!
Astiocles was the god of like drinking in there. The little thing they came up with.
There was already a god of drinking. Why'd they have to the new one?
I know, there were so many for fucking like bounty.
Fucking Dionysus. Come on, let's go.
He's so big though, maybe they wanted something more targeted because he represents
This is the god of alcoholism, guys.
Yeah, this is the one of indulgent drinking uncontrollably.
It's a virtue, I swear.
Alright, so the stairs could be coming out of a garage. I'll take that as a note for later. For the next song, hey.
Okay, we're going to the next one?
No, just note
okay.
That could be a note for the next song, that the stairs could be coming out of a garage, but I don't know. I don't have any interpretation there. Your wounds won't heal, my longing for your warm embrace. Why can't it see the thinking to me? My sense is one is open. That's interesting, like my sense of one is open, so I think he's saying again that his sense of identity
is open.
Yeah, it's not his. It's not just his.
Well, I think it's more of a message of discovery. If I had to just interject, like just reading that line, I would say it's my sense of one is open. He's like, I'm open to learning about myself.
Okay. Other things can like supplement him and help him grow as a person.
Yeah, because obviously this relationship was destructive.
Yeah, and he is longing like, hey, why can't it... Well, no, because he is complaining about why can't it see the warm embrace, the thinking to me. which I think would support my take there, possibly. Because then he's saying, like, my sense of one is open. Well, no, because no, that actually does support yours. Sorry. He writes.
Well, because
abstractly.
open as a word is typically a very hopeful fucking word, as opposed to a fucking putting me down kind of thing.
Fair. And if he's saying, like, why can't you see the thinking to me, my sense of one is open, he's saying, like, why can't we connect on this point?
Yeah.
But he still could be saying that, like, why can't you see that, like, I'm willing to become myself through you? And she's just cutting that off.
Let me fucking... My hand to heal, your wounds won't heal.
Yeah.
My longing for your warm embrace.
Oh yeah, him saying your wounds won't heal, that's weird. Her wounds won't heal.
Well, fucking earlier, in a fucking different track, I forget which one, he was talking about how fucking... He was trying to help her, but he was still hurting. And she couldn't see that.
Okay.
What's fucking... Was that the Angel song? I forget. I didn't fucking take as good a note to you.
That's fine.
I brought it up at the point while we were talking about it, though.
Okay. Well, that one. I remember.
Yeah, it goes back to that. It's all interlinked, guys. Trust us.
I think there's a good support that he's pretty interconnected with the lyrics here, though.
Yeah. No, it's actually surprising, like, going through these, like, how they fucking tie together, like, song to song.
Yeah, and then he throws in Estiocles. Which
fucking just out of nowhere.
And then he says so sideways, which is possibly an allusion to that wine is stored sideways, and that
that's a good interesting.
Yeah, I think they said that in the Genius comments, actually, possibly. Nope.
Fucking
I don't
loser.
whatever. But
reading Genius comments.
I mean, I did for all of them. They were mostly horrific. And drink so sideways. Sorry. I remember I read more into it at the first time, but I didn't write it down, so whatever.
No, you're fine. You're always there, inferior.
Yeah.
My time to let it go, my brother. Hold that iron. Time to collide. Your face is strong. Your eyes want to unfold inside of me.
Yeah. So we skipped the chorus, but let's go into the verse real quick, just because we're there.
I thought we already did a chorus.
Oh.
No.
Nah.
No, we didn't. You're right.
Always there, inferior. I think that he's talking to himself now in that scenario. Oh, if that was the case, then when he's saying your wounds won't heal, he's talking to the other person of himself that is an option. Because he either has like sorry.
I think your wounds don't heal is definitely in relationship to the woman.
Okay, fair enough. I am going to put it into a different school of thinking, if you will. We'll call this the... all right, so this is my Enichian. Jeremy Enoch is the lead singer. This is the Enichian approach, but I'm now introducing this approach. It's kind of improvising here. Whereas the other approach, obviously, was the Horner approach, right? Sorry.
Yeah, totally.
He's the guitarist, Dan Horner. All right, so you're always there, inferior. Now I'm looking back at that lyric that was your wounds won't heal, and I'm saying he's saying it to himself, which is the himself inside of his mirror that he doesn't like, that he wants to destroy, and then this other one that is actually not really real, that is just trying to escape through other ways. So he's saying your wounds won't heal, the one that I'm gonna punch in the mirror.
So you're saying the one with the mask sewn on?
Yeah, I'm saying that the one that's speaking right now has the mask sewed on, and he's saying to himself with the mask off, I guess, that your wounds won't heal. But no, because then he's no, you're right.
I think it's the other way around.
Oh, if it was that
what
reading,
you're saying, it's the other way around.
Okay, so it would be like the one that doesn't have a mask is saying to the one with the mask, your wounds won't heal.
But I definitely feel this is more him talking.
Yeah, because then the next line is my longing for your warm embrace, which like that probably
he wants to fuck himself.
Yeah, that's the angel. But maybe the angel is what he sees of himself potentially in her or something, just to keep on supporting that line of thought. But I don't think so.
I think the angel is an idealized version of his fucking semi-abusive relationship.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put that. The relationship. I'm with you. But anyways, over here when he says you're always there, inferior, I definitely feel like he is talking to himself though. Because I don't.
Inferior is such a strange word.
It really is. Especially just as a solo line, dude.
Yeah, no, it's like you're always there, inferior.
Yeah.
My time to let it go, my brother.
My brother, my inferior. Like, I feel like that he's like associating those things to himself and saying that that's himself, but to share it in the same song.
Your face is strong. I think your face is strong is the most interesting lyric in there.
Yeah.
If we're going through your whole the whole album's interconnected theory.
Okay.
Your face is strong is like you are a fucking whole human being. You don't need to fucking put these masks on. You can just fucking walk out into the world.
Interesting.
But then it says your eyes unfold inside of me.
Your eyes want to unfold, yeah.
And then that re-implies that the outside person.
Yeah.
Which would make your face is strong, my interpretation, incorrect.
Fuck, dude. This verse is all over.
It really is. And it's one of those things where it's like, TJ, before I went and described fucking trying to break down this album with you, I thought they were more like Can or My Bloody Valentine.
Okay.
Where the lyrics were texture. Like,
okay, I got you.
This sounds good over this guitar riff.
Yeah.
Say those words.
Yeah, yeah.
And this verse is definitely supporting.
Now I'm thinking that this verse actually might be key to distinguishing the yours inside of the album, but I'm not sure if we have.
There's so many different yours.
No, I think the first your about your warm embrace is talking about her, but now I think that if he's saying your, then maybe he wants to attach that same your to his inferior, and that inferior sees its face is strong, it's a cover-up face, and your eyes want to unfold inside of me.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm trying. Your eyes want to unfold inside of me. You want to not see the same way and be lost inside of the other one. Oh, wait, no, but your eyes inside of me. So you want the eyes of the strong one to unfold inside of me. Either way, with your eyes wanting to unfold, it seems to be implying that he wants them to blend. Or one to supersede the other.
Unfold.
At least one to supersede the other, I mean, at least.
Well, your eyes unfold inside of me, I think implies that he wants a person outside of himself to understand the inside of himself truly. Which I think would imply the woman.
Wow, and you know what else folds, dude? Blankets!
What? Fucking blankets do fold, dude! And you know what? They're a staircase. That blanket folding was a staircase to a stronger relationship.
Shit, dude! There's quite a few readings we can put into this song, dude.
There's infinite readings we could put into this song.
No, I do think there's enough strength across the songs to support that he was connecting a theme, but what it exactly is, I think, yeah. I think it's good to have, like, some open interpretation there, but I do think there was intention. I think there was intention.
Okay, so let's move into the next chorus and see if that fucking...
We didn't even do the first one, though.
They're the same chorus.
Oh, sorry, same chorus.
This one just has an extra line at the end, I want to say. Late again.
One last thing.
Go for it.
My brother, hold that iron. That's part of part of sewing. That's like one of the things that you do to make sure that the seams stay stronger. So he's trying to strengthen that inside of that verse.
He's trying to strengthen the relationship.
Yeah, but that, again, through the rest of the verse really clouds that.
Mask.
And let's just say, hey, verse 3, dude, confusing as fuck, dude. You should have really done better on verse 3 of The Blankets Were the Stairs. If I ever meet him, I'm gonna go, hey, Jeremy.
This was like the best song on the album, but verse 3 of it.
What's with verse 3, man? The blankets were the stairs. Okay, chorus. Go ahead.
Late again. My breathing is leaving after yours. I don't understand that. I feel like grammatically I hate that.
Yeah.
Stay one time. Holding things I know you're asking for. Throw away. For these things can go no longer.
Yeah. So I think that's him throwing away the letter. Possibly.
Holding things I know you're asking for? Why would she be asking for a letter she wrote him?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think he was throwing... I thought the throwaway was just kind of him referring to the general thing that...
I mean, I guess it is separated because it's like all these lyrics are so far spaced apart that reading them doesn't help.
Yeah.
It's like, it'd be holding things I know you're
yours. Stay one time. Yeah. The late again, also, I didn't pay attention to that again. I don't know what the fuck that means, late again.
Late again?
He's talking about time, so there's a theme there. But
she was late? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know. My breathing is leaving after years. The breathing, he was saying, is the same sign. The breathing is the same sign as, like, starting again. So I think she's leaving him, and he's starting after her, possibly, is one reading of that. But that seems a little too abstract even to me.
I have no idea.
But I don't know.
I got no clue.
Yeah, I got nothing else other than that. But earlier in this song, I think it was, that he brought up... No, it was a different song. But that's the only connection that I can make there. Stay one time.
I feel like a lot of these lyrics are really personal. And that's what makes it hard to fucking dissect.
That's true. I think that Fuerteventura actually is going to explicitly say that he is not going to exactly say what he's even... But I think it's an act of self-obscuration that comes from self-consciousness, personally.
Okay, let's move on to Fuerteventura.
Let's go. Bombs thrown. I'm criticizing you, Jeremy. Fucking Jeremy.
Fucking Jeremy. Jeremys are always the worst.
Okay, so piano.
God,
totally
piano's
new.
So good.
And it's like a creeping sort of like, it gives me like the imagery of like a jester. It's
I feel like this piano part sounds like another piano part, and I can't put my fucking finger on it.
This whole thing is very Dresden Dolls.
I was actually gonna say Cursive.
Okay, I don't know them. But it's fuck, what's the word? Baroque? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Baroque, absolutely.
Okay, but yeah, it's
God,
pretty.
I love this song.
Yeah, I like the song a lot.
Even not understanding the lyrics, I really just like listening to the piano here.
So the lyrics in this song are a clear departure from all the rest of the songs, also in that they are almost completely undiscernible.
Yes, absolutely. I don't even know if we should discuss them.
Oh, I think we should, definitely.
Okay.
Because even the title, like, he chose the most obscure, deliberately a made-up phrase, including a word that's not even in the song, that is a made-up word in the song title. Fuerteventura. So how will they know just where to find? Under this bridge. I lie down. See how they run? Catch butterfly. Trip over words with gifts and garage.
I wonder if See How They Run Catch Butterfly is a Charles Bukowski reference.
Oh, dude, somebody else brought that up in a song meanings thread, I think.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause I remember coming across something Bukowski. I don't know what it would mean, though.
This is my deep fucking Bukowski knowledge I gathered as a teenager. Is fucking Charles Bukowski's dad. Oh, I forget what it was. He kicked him out of the car. And he was like, go do something with your life. And like fucking Charles Bukowski is like a 12-year-old or some shit. Just went and caught butterflies.
Yeah. Well, for me, this making sense of this song in particular goes back to some issues I've had with my suicidal mentality, but that I could tell that other people have shared just from like therapy and reading some stuff. Okay, so how will they know just where to find? I think essentially this whole entire verse he's saying that he is intentionally, that he wants to be vague. He's intentionally drawing. I think he's talking about him as an artist now and how he expresses himself, because he still doesn't think that he has anything to say or that he has his identity necessarily, and that his identity, what he's found to express, is the destruction of himself. And so he's like, I think he's trying to say up front that, you know, he trips over words with gifts and garage, is I think that, like, gifts and garbage, I think was supposed to, but he tripped over the word garbage, which might be too much of an interpretation here, but I think it's with a song like this, it's open. Trip over words with gifts and garbage, I think was supposed to be what he tripped over the word there. And the point is that those are essentially the same thing, and that they are all just words on top, and all just those two things are just signs. Sorry, so gifts and garbage are signs, and the words are the thing that he still can't find, which is his way of expressing himself. And so he just keeps on identifying, and that people are going to like be analyzing his gifts and garbage, and going after little butterflies to, but they won't find him because he's under a bridge. There you go.
That's something, man.
I think it is something, but I don't. Yeah, it's tough. Nobody's gonna understand what he's trying to say, or that he's just his identity now is obscuring who he is, and like creating a puzzle to isolate himself from people, and they have to solve him. You know, like because he's so deep.
It's kind of douchey.
Yeah, but it's a significant personality type. It's actually type 4 on the Enneagrams in a way.
Are you fucking into the Enneagram now?
Not terribly, but the Enneagram.
What are you, TJ?
I'm a type 4.
What's your wing? What's your wing?
I'm a wing 3.
I'm a 4-wing 5.
Okay. I don't remember which one 5 was. Shit. But whatever.
The investigator.
But I think it's a distinct enough trait that is how a good number of people do operate or have operated. And I think that I think that I have some insight as being one of them in the past, in like recovering.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm a 4-2 fuckface.
Yeah, we're shitbags, dude.
We're douches. We're douche lords.
Okay, verse 2. How will they learn just where to find? Down on their knees holding hairpiece. I think that refers to the golden hair and totally. The jewel. See how they flock 10 for some grapes. I think that's just...
What does that mean?
I think that's about the wine again. That they can't even get to the wine, but they're all flocking for the grapes. Trip over words with gifts and garage, flirt and dance again. This time he says flirt and dance, which is not the same word as squirto, which seems as if it would be creating some sort of, puzzle piece to solve, but the flirt and squirto in itself might be his way of saying there is no puzzle. Like I'm just fucked up.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. Sweat.
Let's go to Shadows.
Go to Shadows. Anyways, that song doesn't really go many places, but just because of where it is, like how it is, so good.
Oh, I love the Shadows intro.
Yeah, really pretty. It reminds me of the only things that I liked about Hawthorne Heights. I have less preference for the way that they sing the verses in the shadows.
That's right. This was the song that gave me the most Pixies vibes, just in terms of verse, chorus, like fucking soft, hard.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they sound like the Pixies at all, but it's like the same formula as the Pixies.
And it really emphasizes going from the loud to the quiet in this one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's their strongest song. I think the verse...
I think it's close to the weakest.
I think the melody kind of sucks for the verses.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but... what the hell does that mean? Like it's just a preference that I have, but they don't seem to do much with it except for just have that same verse 3 times and then have that.
No, totally.
And they do have that loud to quiet part in the middle. It seems like that kind of goes on for a bit, right?
Yeah.
But there's not enough otherwise for me to hang on to in the song. Not in there.
And then I'm fucking just scrolling through the lyrics here.
Oh yeah.
They seem kind of fucking.
really optimistic.
Yeah.
Now, I think this song is about 9/11.
Fucking Sunny Day Real Estate, we're in charge.
This is all how this song tells exactly how they plotted it out. In the shadows buried in me lies a child's toy. In the shadows, the name is unknown to me. In the shadows, which, by the way, I think is under the bridge or deep inside of him.
Yeah.
In the shadows, gray crusaders with tails mother made. In the shadows, will to become their pride. So, again,
I got nothing, dude.
He could be clearer. I think he could be a little... Well, I think in the shadows, the name is unknown to me is roughly the same as him saying the word. Which, I guess, if I've been unclear about what I think that is, I think that's probably, like, meaning or purpose, like something that actually defines him that is purposive, that is actually his, And when he's talking about that thing having a name now, I think it's actually going to come up in Grendel. That the name is unknown to me, and then I think that later on it's probably Grendel, but I'm not sure. That's just my reading. In the Shadow Buries. So it lies a child's toy. That one's, I think, just too personal for me to know. Like, I don't...
Well, look at the fucking album cover, dude.
Yeah, the album cover is exactly where it would bring to my mind. And then he says, in the shadows, gray crusaders with tails mother made. So there's some sort of trauma with his mom that's related to this. And the tails are sewn on.
I don't know if that...
I'm gone.
With Tails' mother made.
Yeah, I mean, if Tails...
I feel like this is fucking... This song's out there regardless.
No, I think that makes sense with the sewing thing, because he spelled it Tails as in that kind of tale, not a tale that someone is telling. So it's,
yeah, that's
it's
fair.
Specifically sewn on. That mother made it. As far as Great Crusaders and the Child's Toy, though, I don't have a perfect reading, but I think there's enough there to suggest that it's something to do with his mom, and then it ties to the sewing theme, though. I think.
Okay. In the shadows, I climb mountains for chairs.
Yeah.
Don't look down. Try to figure this out. Figure out. Memorize the words for hope. What the fuck?
Hey, could anyone even tell when Ben stumbled over himself in there? The whole thing sounds like he's stumbling to fucking structure a sentence. I mean, for me, I was saying in the shadows, I climbed mountains for chairs, for comfort.
I feel like it's just a going back to childhood thing, and that's the whole fucking song.
Yeah, it could be, because try to figure this out, memorize their words for hope. I feel like that's just part of the identifying, like, it's their words. It's not the word that he's trying to find. It's their words, and that's what he's latching onto for hope. He stood up high for all to see. I think the chairs, he refers earlier to, like, that comfort, and he, like, says it weirdly abstractly. That makes you think it's tied to that, but I don't know. And then don't look down. Maybe climbed mountains is supposed to be the same as stairs. Maybe the stairs are the mountain.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking the fucking blanket song.
Dude,
what's the connection here?
That's actually, there's stronger support, I'm thinking now, because now we're specifically supposed to thinking of him as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a mountain. Maybe he was maybe he was locked in a garage. Maybe his parents locked him in a garage, dude.
Dude, just fucking look at this chorus. No one can take away. Leaf falls short. Dreams over. A lie's the same if I may weep.
It's bad.
What the fuck?
He's trying way too hard, dude.
That is the worst shit I've ever read.
It's really bad.
And it's so thankful that it's like disguised in the nada.
I'm with you. Yeah. I do think that there might be meaning, but I'm with you 100% that he's a terrible writer. He's over obscuring everything, making it try to.
It's like at some points it's great, at some points it's excellent.
Yeah.
But other points it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you getting
This
at?
is a great highlight for how bad he is as a lyricist. His weaknesses. So no one can take away.
You're gonna try to read into this.
I have to, right? That's the way we set this up as a thing I've thought about and everything. The leaf falls short. I think that's just talking about how time moves too quickly.
It's not the apple falls far from the tree. It's not saying he's similar to his dad.
Listen, dude, the leaf...
that's Modest Mouse territory.
He's trying to say the leaf falls short because it wouldn't leave him alone. And
God damn it. We're going to the fucking verse.
But roughly there, I just think he's saying that time is moving away from him, but he says it in the dumbest, most abstract way possible. That's what I think.
In the shadows, buried in me lies a child's toy. Okay.
That was in the first verse too, yeah.
I like that line.
Yeah.
Try and figure out, memorize the words for hope. In the shadows, stood up high for all to sing it.
Yeah.
In the shadows, counting these numbers down. So that's basically the same as the first verse.
Yeah, the last three lines are what switches up. In the shadows, stood up high for all to sing. That's still basically mountain.
What do you mean the last three lines? The last three lines are the fucking same.
Of the verse. Oh, they are?
Yeah. Or they're the same as the second verse. The only line that's different is the third.
Yeah, I was comparing verse 1. All right, yeah, you're right. Sorry. So we've gone over the same ground.
Yeah, I think that's basically nothing.
Counting these numbers down is important because that goes into the time theme at least. Probably.
He wants to die. We get it.
Yeah. Little bitch.
No one can take away. Leaf falls down short. Dream's over.
Yeah.
A lie's the same if I may weep, weep.
Weep, weep.
Weep, weep. I am a suicidal.
Where's the fucking remix, dude? We need to get the remix.
That would be really fun to fucking do like 2000s-esque hip hop with 90s emo lyrics.
Yeah, that would be great.
Weep, weep. That's the sound of depression.
Okay, so 48. This one is actually one of my favorites here.
48. I'll remember it once I hear the fucking thing. What were my notes on 48? Really like this track. No. Starts as a dream pop thing, and then it feels like a Fugazi track during the chorus. Almost Pixie soft, hard, soft vibes.
Yeah, it's just way more mellow and pretty. It's like
It is.
There's that pretty song, which I think was Song About an Angel. That was pretty like much more. This one keeps it throughout. Like it's still.
Oh, totally.
Actually, they're very similar. I guess they're pretty similar songs. But this one, I feel like
goes a bit more into the hardcore side of things.
Okay.
Hard.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah. Because that guitar sounds really angular. I could see Pixies there.
Oh no, the guitar! I'm all thinking about Fugazi when I hear this.
I haven't listened to him still, so I can't. Sounds
you need
good.
to listen to Fugazi.
I know. Shut up. We all have our things we haven't come across yet.
And it's not like it's Fugazi in style, but it's just Fugazi in tone.
Okay, so the lyrics on this one. I lost myself when I looked in your eyes. I tried to disguise myself, fear inside my love. That one's pretty straightforward. The suffering moved and breathed, our hands silhouettes against the sky, our love. Oh yeah, so the sky, that's why I thought it was blue possibly earlier. I forgot that it had support for it, so I was just like, who cares? but finding her in the blue is where their hands meet, and then they create shadows when they meet, silhouettes. I think that's important because he's saying that in the shadows.
Are they saying like they're fucking make rabbit animals? They're making fucking like little fucking...
What, the suffering?
I'm sorry, I just thought they were making shadow puppets.
Oh, no, I think their hands met.
Are hand silhouettes?
Yeah, against the sky.
Against the sky, our love. That sounds like shadow puppets to me, Doug.
I think it sounds like holding hands. I'm just going to stick with that for some reason. I guess I'm biased. But, yeah, so he's saying the suffering moved and breathed. And then he talks about this thing that shapes. So they say, just again, underneath their relationship is where all this shadow stuff was happening.
Well, I mean, the fucking shadow of their love could shift.
Oh, fuck!
That makes sense.
If their hands created a silhouette against the sky, they created a bridge. Another connection. I could see it. I'll give it to him. Jeremiah.
Okay, let's jump to the chorus.
Jeremiah, Ben doesn't give it to you, but I give it to you.
No, I'm saying they're making like fucking shadow puppets, and the shadow puppets is the shape of their love.
All right, dude.
And it's fucking like their hands a silhouette. You see the silhouette come down, and it takes different shapes as their relationship progresses.
Oh fuck, dude, you're being real. Okay.
No, I'm drunk.
Oh. Well, I was saying that actually did end up sounding like an interpretation that I could see.
No, TJ, I'm just really good at bullshitting.
I was gonna say it seemed like a stretch to me, but I could see it, and now I was open to more support. So good job, Ben. You really fuerto-scared me, huh?
I did. Okay, let's go to the chorus.
Where were you?
We just undid our water balls at the same time.
Nice.
It's a good sound.
Let's do it back and forth. So I'll do the first line. Where were you?
Okay. Hope to change this memory.
We could have been the last time.
Show me the side of change. That is the worst lyric.
It is. I have a clear reading of that one. I think it does make sense, but it's why would you ever write that? So, hold tomorrow 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Are you strong enough?
And then he says that again. Pitiful boy. Pitiful boy. So it's obviously really...
Are you bad enough dudes to rescue the president?
What?
There's a game called Bad Dudes for the NES.
Okay.
Where President Ronnie is fucking enlisting you to save fucking his daughter, I think.
That's funny. That's funny. That's just as a line out of context too, not knowing the reference, still hilarious. Hey, are you bad enough to save the president? All right, so helps chain this memory. I think I don't know. The memory could be the thing that is sewn on that he's putting into the relationship or whatever that's ripped off, but I don't know.
Well, I imagine. Look, he's in. I'm fucking. I've been vaguely following you this whole time, TJ.
I'm in.
Or Terry. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I'm with you.
I've been vaguely following you this whole time and mainly just interjecting, but I haven't been following the overarching arc.
Yeah.
But if I was to follow the overarching arc of this narrative, the hope to chain this memory, any abusive relationship or shitty relationship, I imagine starts off fucking awesome. I imagine there's like this fucking 2 weeks to like 3 month period of just fucking awesome relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
And he's trying to fucking keep that alive and realizing she's really not the same shit that was going on there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. And then he says we could have been the last time, and that ties directly into that like, because he wants to find a time that isn't a circle, apparently. Like, he doesn't want to keep on restarting the process. Show me this.
Or rather, he wants to go back to the time before the process was a circle.
Yeah.
Because I rarely hear the happy part. Gets repeated again. It's really just the abusive part that keeps going around.
Yeah. So show me the sight of the side of Chance, the worst lyric ever.
There was one lyric earlier we thought was pretty bad, and I forget what it was. But...
Oh, that was like the whole entire verse, possibly. No, you're right. No, I remember. I don't know, whatever. Third verse.
What was it?
Third verse of The Blankets Were the Stairs. I remember weird.
Yeah.
But
which is one of my favorite songs on the album. It just has a shitty verse in it.
It's confusing. And then for this line here, show me the sight of Chance. I think he's talking about one. It ties into the circles that if you're flipping a coin, the side of Chance, it can go either good luck or bad luck. And I think because the next line is hold tomorrow 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Like he's saying, he wants to keep on doing this like circuitous trying of Chance to make it work.
Yeah, that's fair. I understand that.
And there's another lyric that ties into Chance, but I can't remember it right now. That was in there, but that's all I got.
Well, I think the whole looking at it is what I've gotten through this album is he's looking at this relationship from a mentally unstable point of view.
Yeah.
And he's way more into it than she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I got out of it. And I think all the points you're fucking bringing up kind of fucking coincide with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. At least that's clear that he's in a bad relationship and mostly it's his fault.
Well, no, I think it's mostly her fault.
Well, it's his fault for at least coming back into it again.
Yeah, but she is the one who's making it terrible for him, and he should just leave.
Okay. I think he's the one making it bad, and I'm just
You think he's making it bad? I think she's just not that into him, and she's kind of stringing him along.
I think he's fine. I'm gonna say sexist alert. I'm gonna say Ben doesn't like women, but that's okay. It's who you are.
I love women. You're the best.
Yeah, I know you like. I get it. Their bodies.
I masturbate. I have wet dreams all the time. I watch pornography. I love women.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do think it's more the guy's fault, but either way, who gives a shit?
Why do you think it's the guy's fault?
Just because I think the problem is mostly that he was trying to sublimate his relationship, his identity into her, and she did reject him, but I don't think it was necessarily like in a vicious way. Like I think that he's the one that keeps on making.
That's fair, but if they're in a relationship, and it's still going at this point, you think she would have shut it down? Yeah.
But it's tough if you have somebody that like praises you, and who's suicidal.
That's fair.
Like fuck.
That's the suicidal part. I don't read into the same way you do.
I'm in. Well, at least as an emo fuck, you know. There's no way this guy didn't wear an armband all the time.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you're probably like, how's that wrist? You knew this guy? That's about it, really. And then
Okay.
it repeats. Yeah, let's move on because then it just repeats itself. If you're inside
I really
the
like
light.
the song.
Oh, and then it says one more thing. Sorry, it
Go
says
for
the
it.
light you make, fear inside the lights you make, and above that he says, "Tried to reveal myself, fallen now run away." So I think he tried to reveal something about himself, and then that was rejected, and she makes the light that now has the shadows that he's hiding in.
Okay.
Something like
Well,
that.
now on to my favorite song of the album.
Hell yeah, man! Which the lyrics are dense.
Oh, hella dense on this one.
We may not be able to make it through. We'll be here for
Fucking-
hours.
I just love instrumentals, dude.
No, yeah, they are good. The thing is, there's only so it's really pretty. This is definitely like I'd say the most dream song. Dream
pop?
Dream, yeah, sure. Shoegazy, I think the most shoegazy I would say.
I think it's more dream pop than shoegaze.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right because it's got a really clear melodic line.
Yeah.
And you can barely hear the lyrics. You could argue that maybe there actually aren't lyrics because I don't know how the people found them.
It's like fucking. I swear to God, they fucking were discussing lyrics as texture when making this album,
Yeah.
with Can and fucking My Bloody Valentine type shit. But I fucking love this song.
Yeah. This is one of the highlights for me as well. I think it's really pretty. I actually kind of do wish it went somewhere more, but when it hits with like the weird sort of defunct guitar riff, like it's got
Oh yeah.
like that, it's really cool. And then it kind of transforms
just-
into almost a song for a little bit.
Well, about halfway through, it kind of gets like the fucking drums in there, and it's like fucking kind of got more of a punk vibe going.
Yeah, like 2.5 minutes when it's like
Yeah.
sounds more like a song. But he still is
Well-
like intentionally slurring the words to the point that they're almost unhearable.
And I love that. Well, you know, clap your hands, say yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
He intentionally sang the lyrics undistinguishable because he didn't like his lyrics. And I kind of feel like that might be the same thing that's going on here.
It might be, yeah. I could see this guy not liking himself.
Yeah.
Or just being a little embarrassed, you know. To put it in a more normal way.
They're pretty embarrassing lyrics.
Yeah. Also, he's bad at writing lyrics
imagine-
sometimes, so imagine like knowing that you also kind of suck sometimes.
Well, it's like, imagine trying to be vague about something very personal to you, but like vague enough that you would let anyone hear it, and then imagine what the fuck you would write down.
Yeah. No, that's actually like, for me, I have a whole, like, obviously, I think all of it's interconnected in a thing. So I think I admire his lyrics on a level of like creating analogies and like sort of like puzzle making, like creating signs across songs that all share a theme and elaborate on something. But as far as just the lines themselves, they are so awkward and like deliberately vague that it's insulting. Like you just don't have to do that. The fact that you did is like, you know, it's a bit of a headache. It's a bit of a headache, you know.
But yeah, musically, I think Grundle is the best fucking track on the album, without a doubt.
I agree, which I think is us also saying. Or no, sorry, I think Fortin Squirto was my favorite, but this one, this one does way more stuff. I enjoy.
Just like if you divorce lyrics from the album, Grundle is like the fucking best track. No
I
doubt.
agree, and I think that's us essentially saying that we don't necessarily like Sunny Day Real Estate's overall style. That we like it when they depart from their overall style more than when they stick
Maybe
to
that's
it.
true. Like, I definitely enjoy it, but I really like songs that kind of shift and they're just kind of flowy.
Yeah, it's specifically Fortin Squirto, moments of 48 in The Blankets Were the Stairs, and then Grendel. Like, those are the only times where I was like, oh, shit, dude, I would be curious about if these guys had another album, if this was the whole album.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But then the rest, I was like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, the rain was there to wash away my tears. I don't know. Fucking.
I don't understand the lyrics of this album at all. Or this song at all.
For this one, I think okay, so Grendel is a figure inside of Beowulf. And he is the bad guy. He tried to like hang out with these like barred drinkers at this hall, this mead hall. You know a thing or two about mead halls, don't you, Ben?
I do. They're just opened a gaming bar at Coeur d'Alene. I really want to go, but I want to get my second vaccine shot before I
do. That sounds super cool. Yeah.
I do.
Great.
They have NES is built into the bar, and I'm like, I could destroy high scores at this bar and just kind of keep it.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so the rain was there to wash away my tears. I think that's what his shirt was drenched earlier. He said his shirt was wet.
I wanted to be them, but instead I destroyed my chance.
Yeah, so that's related to the Grendel thing. He was outside of a mead hall, and he wanted to join the people drinking, but he was like a monster, and they rejected him, so he ended up like killing a bunch of them and eating a bunch of them. And then Beowulf ends up getting hired to like kill him, so Beowulf kills him. And then also, Grendel has a mother that then tries to kill Beowulf. And both of their names, exactly like how they translate, are contested. So it's another interesting thing with words and not being able to find the words possibly. And also another thing with a mother possibly.
Interesting.
So there could be something there. But if not, I wanted to be them, but instead I destroyed my chance. I feel like could still easily be just...
No, that totally fits into what you just told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never read Beowulf, so I can't fucking be like, TJ's a fucking idiot, guys. This is what Beowulf actually is.
I've seen the movie, and I looked up Grendel, because I was but instead I destroyed my chance. So I think, like, that's why I think that at the end, like, the relationship is over, and he's still, like, choosing the self-destructive kind of mode, or the mask about things, like when he punches the mirror and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about suede scars?
Suede scars, dude. I think that's what the material that he was sewing with.
Oh, goddamn, dude. You're fucking really tying this album
Fuck
together.
Yeah, dude.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I think that his lyrics, like, the only way to read them were it was to do that, and I think at least maybe that could be a benefit to writing so vaguely. But I
really wish I did more of a deep dive in this to kind of help with you.
Yeah, because I went over his lyrics for like probably a good couple of hours over 2 days. Like I would switch between tasks. I was listening to the music like for the fucking most part. Yeah,
and it was just kind of like if I wasn't reading the lyrics along to the music, I couldn't understand the lyrics.
That's the same for me with many bands, though. I have trouble understanding what people are saying in songs.
Yeah, but this in particular is like...
Yeah, he's literally singing in a way that like resembles no way that a person speaks whatsoever. That's the thing that bothers me the most about like the emo way of singing is that no one talks like this.
Well, I think that kind of comes from the DC hardcore thing.
Okay,
it's like the same like kind of vocalization to it, but then it's more ambivalent.
It doesn't have more of the
Yeah, it doesn't have the it has the kind of sound. And you can make out the I hate the fucking police kind of fucking thing.
Okay, you went a little bit more death metal there, I think.
I hate the fucking police.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go to the last track here.
Let's have you explain that again for another couple of minutes. We might be able to edit together a song, actually. I regret my request.
What you get, man.
Okay,
sometimes.
Closer, album closer.
Good closer, I will say.
Yeah, that was for you.
I like the fucking very bare intro it has going on.
This one is by far their most subdued song.
Oh, totally. Even the energetic bits of this song are fucking way down compared to the rest of the album. And it kind of like fucking listening to it was kind of a template for what emo became later. Which is a shame. You should really listen to like some first and second wave emo shit.
Yeah, I'll get to it, I'm sure.
Because it's badass. It's like they're punk bands with emotions, is what it is.
Yeah.
Just check out Rites of Spring, dude. You dig Rites of Spring.
Rites of Spring, I know they're a big one. Archers of Loaf, I think, is another one.
Archers of Loaf, I would not call first wave.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Well, I'll hear it.
Archers of Loaf is more along the lines of Built to Spill, Modest Mouse.
Okay, fair enough.
I love Archers of Love, though. They're a great band.
Oh, sometimes I can't lay down my past. Sometimes I'm too blind to see you laughing at me. Although you hit me hard, I come back.
Okay, let me take this one, TJ.
Yeah.
All of the difficulties of the relationship explored throughout the entire album stem from the narrator's past, more specifically his childhood explored in Shadows.
Yeah.
He is too blinded by his own affection for the girl to realize he is being mocked by the one he has completely poured himself out to, which comes as an epiphany in the narrator in 848. Possibly a reference to Song About an Angel, track 3 for the same album.
I'm with you.
You like that?
Yeah. Was that your note verbatim?
No, that was me reading the Genius Notes, dude.
Oh, no, I think that was fine. That was a fine interpretation. Yeah. It's very.
God, how do you feel you just agreed with the Genius Notes?
No, I'm fine with that one. I think that one basically catches it, but it's as a Genius Note for you. If it was a note that you wrote after 1 hour of listening to everything and covering the lyrics, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I think that fits with the overall. But here, it's like you should have elaborated more because you're writing about lyrics and trying to explain them to other people. But I think that makes sense. You know, in Shadows, he talked a lot about
his childhood.
Yeah, that's the only time that we get a weird mention of his mom inside of the Shadows is whatever.
And the childhood toys. That's the thing that always comes back is the toys and the album cover to me.
Yeah, and that he's like too blind to see her laughing at him. That supports your view that she's mean to him, definitely. So I guess maybe I should take that with a little bit of humble pie.
Well, it's not necessarily that she's mean to him. That isn't what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I'm just getting at he's way more into the relationship
but that it is,
she is.
Yeah, it's abusive. And
I wouldn't even call it abusive.
He's the one coming back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, yeah, she hit him hard and he comes back the next line. Wow.
Well, I think it's emotional. I don't think it's a fucking literal hit.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that by abuse. Yeah, I'm with you. But, hey, maybe that's what he means. He's just, this whole album is about beating the shit out of each other.
He's like, this is my call to the fucking safe passage, please.
I don't know how phones work.
You drag me on.
Yeah.
So it's like she's leading him on, obviously.
Yeah.
No words to explain. Although you threw away my name from your mind, I have to try. Although my heart is bruised by your words. Yeah, he is definitely way more into her than she is. And that is so fucking clear throughout the album.
Yeah. No words to explain. I feel like he's still looking for the words. And then the threw away my name, I think...
No, he's still looking for the words, but even if he found the words, she wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes but only sometimes. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes maybe she's not dragging him on. No, I don't know.
You drag me on? No, she's...
Well, why is he saying sometimes, you know?
I mean...
Oh, he is saying sometimes, so maybe it's only some of the sometimes. No, I think he's saying that he's uncertain. Like, he actually doesn't know if she feels this way or not.
Yeah. But I feel like he's reading the situation wrong.
Yeah, I think that he knows deep down that because
he's at the bottom of the power dynamic.
Yeah, because he says sometimes I'm too blind to see you laughing at me. That implies that usually, if there's anything else going on, you know, it's because he's deceiving himself.
Okay, let's go to the next line. Sometimes. Sometimes.
If only that was the melody they picked. Sometimes.
I can't lay down my past.
Oh, it's the same thing. Same thing as the previous. Oh, no, it ends. Away now, take me away, right words. So he's looking. Okay, so now he's getting taken away.
Right words.
Yeah, and he's talking about like the end of their relationship, obviously. And so the right words.
The right words are I break up.
Yeah, something like that. Who knows?
I hope so.
That's probably the most abstract thing is trying to figure out what the words are, but I think it's
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's bust out of here. TJ, what's your overall thoughts on this album?
Whew! I thought the lyrics were really interesting. but shitty as alone. Overall, really, I thought the lyrics were really good, but just single lines were awful.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought the music was a little too emo for my taste, but as far as emo music goes, this has got to be top-notch stuff. In my opinion, but you're saying first wave emo also includes stuff like Fugazi and Minor Threat, which to me, like that's actually
those aren't emo bands.
Oh fuck! Well, whatever. I don't know other wave of emo bands. My total impression comes from mid-thousands onwards. So for me, it reminds me of all that stuff that I don't like about that, but it's way better, and the melodrama sounds less theatrical and more legitimately like kind of like grungy, in that it just feels bad to be kind of sitting in for a period of time. Like it doesn't feel like over dramatic or silly or like it's playing up emo-ness as a cool thing. It seems like this guy is just legitimately hurt. These people are like making music that feels like it comes from real pain. And I think it's a oh, never mind, I gave it a 6. I gave it a 6.8.
A 6.8?
So it was nearly a 7, strong 6.
A 0.8?
Yes! What I give me a 0.7 or a 0.9. I don't know.
System?
I'm now assigning points nowadays.
That's really fucking specific.
It was influenced by the strong 8s and stuff of Anthony Fantano, because I agree that like sometimes a 6 just doesn't feel as much like a 6 as it does a 7.
Yeah.
So it's like it should be above a 6.5.
But it's a 6.8.
6.8.
Why not just a 7 at that point?
I don't do 7s.
You don't do 7s?
Yeah.
Is that the barrier?
No, it's just if it's a 6.7, that means it wouldn't exist in my list. So it's a 6.8.
Oh, a 6. You don't do 6.7s. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to say the point is kind of irrelevant. I'm just kind of going whether or not it's closer or further from the next thing.
I really enjoyed this album. I had a good time with it. I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics as closely as you, obviously. I just kind of enjoyed the sounds of it. And as background music, like I said, it's an 8.5 or 9. It's in there.
Nice.
When you sit down and listen to it, though, I definitely think its weaknesses kind of show. And it's kind of like a 7.5 for me overall.
All right. Fuck yeah, dude. We knocked it out.